you've been collecting. So what we're going to talk about today is reading those and editing those down, because you'll notice a lot of your subtopics may be the same. So we're going to combine those, we're going to edit those, and we're going to start to move on to the next step with our notes. You're going to be using those subtopics. See the picture right here? So what I did is these are like 4 subtopics. Now you may have more than 4, but you're going to end up copying and pasting and making subtopic headings and putting the table underneath. This is going to be like boxes and bullets. This is the main idea, and then the details are going to go below. All right, that's just a quick overview of what we're going to do today. I'm going to explain that in more detail. Okay. All right, so you're going to continue this. You need to get into Epic and finish previewing, not reading, but previewing. And what your goal is to collect as many subtopics and collect any vocabulary. You don't necessarily need to define that vocabulary now, but you know that's terminology that's related to your research. Okay. So this is what happens is you end up with a huge bulleted list of subtopics. A couple things you can do is these should be, first off, they should be in complete sentences, all right? They should make sense. Then what you need to do, this is after you've previewed everything in Epic, go back and look at it and say, well, you know, some of these kind of belong together. Like all these ones in yellow are about life in camps. So I could highlight those all yellow. So you know what, I'm going to sort those. Those kind of belong together. And these all have to do, the pink ones all have to do with who went to the internment camps. And the blue ones have to do with the history behind the decision to create internment camps. So this highlighting them and starting to think about sorting them into groups is what you want to do. So you'll end up with a revised list that's going to be much more condensed. It's going to cover all of them, but you're trying to figure out what are those significant file folders. If you're doing this research and you have all these notes, where would you put your notes? What and how would you name those file folders? How you doing, Andreas? Andreas is going to sleep. It's good to see you, Andreas. I like your background. All right, so we're going to help somebody now. I have some people I would like to help. So if it would be okay, Ben, I can see you there. Could we look at your notes together? Thank you. Okay, let me go in and pull this up and get Ben's notes. I had this all up before, but then my Wi-Fi went down. Okay. So where is Ben? Ben. Let me just go over here. Thanks, guys. Okay. Okay. So I would like to be able to hear you guys while we do this. Let's see, how can I do it? All right. Hey, Ben, I'm going to unmute you. Can you talk?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Can everybody hear Ben? Thumbs up. Okay, cool. So these are Ben's notes. All right. So Ben, you've got a lot of, and this is what a lot of your work looks like. You've got this like big long list of stuff. Ben, it looks like you started to highlight. What are these things in yellow highlighted for?
They're like they all like relate to each other.
How's that?
They all like, well, it's all like why the Titanic sunk and like why, like the day that it happened, why it failed, and how they got warnings but didn't listen, I guess.
Okay, so that's all about why the Titanic sank. Why, in a general way, what reason? Why did the Titanic sink? Huh?
Well, the Titanic sank because so the ship got warnings that there's ice, but then like they didn't listen, and it hit the iceberg, and the ship flooded with too much water, and eventually just sunk.
So would you say the big reason why all this is about is
I have
because
really
leaders
bad
made,
Wi-Fi connection right now, so I can't really like.
okay. I can hear Ben. Ben, I'm gonna unmute you, okay? So can you hear me, Ben?
I can't hear what you're saying. My Wi-Fi is stupid.
Okay. So Ben will be able to see this, but what he just said is that the Titanic sank because leaders made a lot of mistakes, right? Is that right, Ben? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so what I can do
Yeah.
is I could, I'm gonna revise that.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this one right here. I've just revised. How many of these have to do with why the Titanic sank? Oh, look at this one does too, right here. All right, so I'm gonna make that yellow. More than 70 years been known to find a Titanic. Oh, that's about finding it. Then when it was found, no one thought the ship would sink. So maybe that goes with sinking. What do you think? Sound good? All right, so all these ones in yellow I've combined into a new bullet point here, right?
Yeah.
Now I could go through the rest of them and start to see, like, some of them have to do with when the ship was found. Okay, that's another subtopic, right? So what I'm gonna do is once I've looked through these and read them all, I'm gonna edit them. So now I'm gonna copy this. Now watch this, guys. I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna make a new box. This is like boxes and bullets. I'm gonna paste what I just typed, that subheading. Then I'm gonna highlight it. And then I'm gonna turn it into, hold on, I need more tools. Then I'm gonna turn it, see where it says normal text? I'm gonna turn it into a subheading. Okay, and this goes over a little bit. Then I'm gonna go underneath it and I'm going to insert a table. I just choose one box. That's how I make your tests all the time. All right? Now, this table of contents I told you not to worry about. Well, what's gonna happen here is if I refresh it, look, and look what just happened. Now you have the Titanic. So now your table of contents will start to reflect your subtopics. So what you want to do today is go through all of your subtopics that you've recorded in here, combine them, and start to make your boxes and bullets. The Titanic sank because leaders made a lot of mistakes is a central idea, isn't it? And then I will, in here, start to put some of these facts. So maybe I could even just copy some of these or cut them and start to sort and put them in their file folders. Does that make sense? All right, let's go back to my presentation. Okay. So we just helped Ben. All right. So what you want to do today is go through, you're going to go through your notes. First, you're going to make sure you finish previewing all the EPIC books. That doesn't mean reading them, that means just previewing. Then second, you're going to make sure you're continuing to add to subtopics and vocabulary. And then the big thing that you're going to do today is revise and rewrite the